All right, guys, welcome back to Scratch Golf Performance. In today's video, we're going to go over probably one of the most overlooked aspects of the golf swing, or shall I say the correction of the golf swing, and that is the external rotation of that trail shoulder. All right, for your right-handed golfer, that right shoulder. All right, a lot of times what I'm seeing is people not being able to finish that rotation and get that club up because that limiting factor of that external rotation is keeping them from getting that club back, that left arm straight, right, and getting almost that palm to the sky. All right, usually what that does encourages more over the top, whereas if I can get that big rotation back to the target and then get that external rotation of that trail shoulder, I can further encourage dropping down, rotating through the ball. So I'm going to show you some movements that are going to help, number one, open up the chest, as well as getting that range of motion, that external rotation of the shoulder increased, especially over time. All right, that's going to help getting that rotation back, getting that shoulder up and out, and then obviously following through into the golf swing. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to want to work on is increasing the mobility and the flexibility of the chest. First thing is get your elbow at 90 degrees and then find a solid surface that you can work against. And then all I'm trying to do is just walk forward and then keep my chest pointed forward and then really lengthening that chest and that deltoid right there. So I'm trying to lean into the wall, get that stretch, hold that for about 30 seconds to a minute. Do that on both sides. Next one you can do as well is get you a band, belt, strap, whatever you've got, grab onto it and then kind of do that same thing. I'm working against that resistance and then I'm just holding chest forward and then I'm allowing my palm to work out and then I'm just using gravity and that resistance to assist me into a stretch. If you can't get all the way back there and that's your range of motion, you can do that as well. If that's putting some tension on your shoulder, you can always bend your elbow, treat it like a chest fly, and then lean into that stretch right there as well. But the ultimate goal is to get that arm straight and then get fully extended and then let that band and the resistance kind of help you into that stretch. This next one, you're going to want to find a corner, something that's just 90 degrees, whether it's in your house or your office, and you're going to get those same two 90-degree elbow angles. You're going to put them on each corner of the wall. Then you're going to lean into that corner. All right, this is a little bit easier accessible. Everybody should have some type of corner that they can have access to, but that's kind of hitting both of those mobility and flexibility movements in each pec and help lengthen those muscles and get that range of motion increased. Again, 30 seconds to a minute on that one as well. All right, now we're going to move into actually working that external rotation. All right, so this one is just a banded external rotation. You are going to need a band for the majority of these. I'm just getting this band. Make sure this elbow is at 90 degrees, and then whatever the band is attached to is relative to that same angle. And then all I'm trying to do is rotate out as far as I can while keeping that elbow tucked. All right, this is going to be a strengthening movement as well as a range of motion movement. Make sure I've got good posture, relaxing the shoulders, going across my body, and then rotating out and away, and then back down. This next one, same premise. I just raised the height of the attachment, all right, and then keeping that 90-degree angle, keep good posture, and then I can rotate up and away. This one's going to be a little bit harder, so if you can't get all the way, that's fine. This is all about progression. But again, relaxing the shoulder, keeping that 90-degree angle, then I'm rotating up. You're going to feel that burn right there in that rotator cuff in the rear delt. If you've got a really tight or weak chest, you'll feel it up there on the eccentric portion of that movement. And then over time, you'll be able to increase that range of motion. This is another really good one with just the band. Kind of the same as the single arm external rotation. I'm just doing a double banded external rotation. I grab it with my palms up, elbows tucked, again, shoulders relaxed, and then I'm just trying to rip that band in half. I like to hold this one for a few seconds and then come back down. Just really trying to activate that rotator cuff and that rear delt, and then coming back down. A lot of people just can't get a neural signal to that rotator cuff, and they just can't use it. It's not functioning. It's there, but the brain's not sending a proper signal to it. So this movement is going to be really beneficial in getting that isometric hold, and then just getting a brain signal to that rotator cuff in that area of the body, and just kind of activating it. Your shoulders might feel a little bit better after this one as well. All right, another really good one here, just a dumbbell external rotation, but I want it elevated, so kind of getting the same height as the shoulder. You can do this one on the ground or from a bench, elevated surface. It's just really important that I can get my elbow on top of that knee. And I'm just trying to get a big range of motion, big stretch down, and then bring it up. And I'm trying to get as far as I can while keeping that wrist straight. It's really important to use super light weight here. We don't want to go too heavy. We're just focused on the range of motion. If you notice, all these movements that I'm showing you kind of have the same movement pattern. Abducting that arm away from the body, all right, keeping that 90-degree angle, because I don't want to overcompensate with any other muscle groups except that rotator cuff. All right, these last couple movements are just really going to work on the shoulder extension, the thoracic extension, and just trying to get my hands up over my head, because not only do people have a lot of tightness in their chest, they also can't get full extension all the way overhead. I've got another video with some movements that can help with that range of motion and help with that strength in that plane of motion, but I'm just going to focus on the thoracic extension and the shoulder extension, getting the hands back behind my head. So butt on the ground, shoulder blades on a foam roller, backpack, a pillow, just whatever it can elevate your shoulders off the ground. And then I'm trying to keep my butt down. And then I'm trying to get my thumbs all the way back, touching the ground behind me, all right, without moving a lot on the foam roller and lifting my butt off the ground. Again, just a really good thoracic extension, shoulder extension movement, and everything's gonna help with getting that external rotation. All right, this is just an assisting movement for that. This last one's gonna emphasize that shoulder extension and thoracic extension as well. I wanna grab this band with the inside hand, overlap with the outside hand. I'm trying to keep it in line with my chest, and then I'm trying to bring that band up and over my head and fight that inside resistance. So that band's gonna wanna pull me inside. I wanna fight that, keep an upright posture, and then bring it right back down. Getting that head in between my arms straight, and just getting full extension. I don't wanna lean back. So I don't wanna lean back and lift, because that's kind of defeating the purpose. I wanna lift with my arms, extend the shoulders, and then keep a good upright posture. Again, about 3 sets of 10 on those guys there. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm giving out a lot more golf training tips on how to improve your golf swing without changing your golf swing. So follow for more. Be on the lookout for more training tip videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.